I know what my audience like. I did some independent films with Master P. A lot of those movies did really well.
I'm ambitious, I'm a hustler. I have my own lane.
That's the thing about comedy. You wake up every day, you don't know if you're funny that day.
Hey, welcome to the program, ladies and gentlemen. You and yours, each and every. Welcome to the program. End of the Bench podcast. What's up with you? I had to shout out fellow podcast. First time. Well, good to see you. Welcome to the program. It's Let's Go Live with Lamont King. I'm Lamont King. We are now live. Let's go. Let's go. Something we do each and every Monday through Friday, Lord willing, 6 p.m. to 7 East Coast time. Shout out to everybody watching right now on the West Coast, because I know it's at least 10 of you. And worldwide. Good to see y'all, man. First timers, is what it is. Something like a podcast. Trending topics, hilarious commentary, celebrity guests, and interesting people. Right here, broadcasting the newly remodeled, no cap, real rap, newly remodeled Drunken Fruit Studios. Let me tell you why I said that.
I don't care if it is a closet. You still looking mad efficient.
Lord Jamal, appreciate you. The reason why I say no cap, real rap, we was having some home renovation done today, like from 7:30 this morning to just now. You know what I'm saying? Trying to, hunker down. Something like a bunker going on around here. A safe room. Working on getting a safe room in the crib, because you need that. All right, good to see y'all. Mr. Clarkson, shout out to our executive producer down the hall in Studio G on the technicals. Any type of technical issue, that's going to be on him today. So if you got a glitch in your screen, shoot him a text. He'll try to troubleshoot from the truck. He's in the truck today. Like NFL, he's in the truck. Let's go to the truck. Let's look at that last call. How about those Cleveland Browns? Let's look at that last call. And also shout out to our New York Bureau Chief, John Watson from All Fun and Games. Good to see y'all. And you and yours, each and every. So yeah. And also I want you to say hello to King George is his name. King George. Okay. Not about the bullshit. In lieu of last week's events, I figured we needed a little bit of what's the word? Protection around the studio. So King George, right there. He doesn't say much. Okay. Newcomers always get a shout out. Is this your first time? Interloper, Chocolate City, Sonia Snow. Good to see y'all. Thumbs up in the chat right now. No TV screen right now, Jet Lee. No TV screen. We doing some home renovation. Had to move some things around. King George is really kind of watching the area for the evening. So there's that. Just trying to get things a little popping. How was your weekend, everybody? Good to see how we made it. We got another one. We got another Monday in already. This year is flying by. 2021. Jeez, almost over. Feel like it just got here. And now it's almost gone. What if 2020 never really left yet? Wouldn't that be the bullshit? All right. Also, a little bit of housekeeping left to do. Be sure to subscribe. We got like 4 new subscribers last week to the Patreon. I was really excited about that because I'm constantly updating the content in there. It's a subscription-based situation. If you're not familiar, a community, if you will, you can follow people and subscribe to all of their content in one place. And mine is updated regularly, so you get bonus clips and full shows. The full shows before I put them on YouTube. For everybody else, you get them in the Patreon first. For the low, we don't ask a lot, just production costs. Help us with production, and you can also do that directly. Cash App Lamont King, $06 Lamont King. And we were able to, we're in season 2. Season 2 is underway of Let's Go Live. And thanks to your support throughout season 1, we were able to get phone lines. So we are now a 100% legit talk show, a live talk show. Call in at any given time. Even if you call in when the show ain't on, you can leave a message. 765 Let's Go 1. 765 Let's Go 1 today. If you just want to get on here, man, and really just flush out your opinion. I want to hear your opinion. You've heard mine. I want to get your take on what happened last Wednesday, what's been happening over the weekend, and what you think about to happen in less than 10 days. There's been calls for the second impeachment. They tried to push it through today. Some Republicans block it. They're coming back tomorrow. Some Democrats are even really leaning hard trying to get that 25th Amendment invoked by your Vice President Pence. That didn't happen, but we still got time.
Today I got time, cuz.
So 765, Let's Go 1. I'd love to hear your opinion. Let's talk about it. I got a familiar coming up momentarily. I ain't gonna make no announcements because you never know. Yeah, okay. You never know. She should be here soon. 765, Let's Go 1. So yeah, there it is, man. All on the table. Oh, and thank you. Yes, my birthday is tomorrow. Yes, thank you. Appreciate it. Yes. Now, I really felt the pain of people that celebrated their birthday in 2020 and inside of lockdown. And I was watching the whole year, trying to hope for the best, but planning for the worst. I was like, man, if this shit carries over into January, I'm gonna be blown. Because now I'm gonna have to feel it tomorrow. And by feel it, I mean, not really being able to do the usual or much, if at all. And especially where we're at now, we're in Maryland, man. They on phase 4, surge 3. It's like a category. Phase 4, surge 3. Where ain't shit open to go sit down and have a relaxing good time. few places where you can go in and sit and grab a meal, but like close to none of the places that I would want to on my birthday. So that's going to be odd. So I feel your pain. I'm going to experience it tomorrow for the first time, probably ever. And this is a milestone birthday too. It's going to be weird, but I appreciate all of, support. We'll figure out something. We'll do something. I wanted to travel. Then I was like, nah, fuck that. Nah, no, sir. But yeah, I don't know, man. If you celebrated a birthday in 2020 after the lockdown, I want to hear from you. 765, let's go on. Maybe you can give me some advice on what to do. 765, let's go on. How did you quarantine your birthday? And I don't want to hear Zoom and I don't want to hear D Nice. So let's take those off the table. I need something unique and different. So let's hear that. That's a good one. Give me a list. Let's create a short list of what we're not doing for the birthday. 765. Let's go one. Yeah, man. But anyway, travel is fine. You keep saying that. You keep getting on planes. I don't like flying. I don't know what part you don't understand. So you add flying, the fact that I don't like to fly, and add that on to flying with dirty breath people, that kind of throws it off. And then the places you go, it'd be a lot of dirty breath, no mask wearing people. I ain't for it. I believe you can navigate and conduct yourself accordingly and go have a good time and come on back and be safe and with no issues. I do believe that. I'm not against that. I just won't be the one to find out how far I can push that. Now's not the time. It ain't the time for me. And it'll be like, no, the shit was cool. And, it came back, but I got quarantined for 14 days because I got the chills. Now I ain't trying to, I don't want to be the way. I don't want to find out that way, that it was almost all the way good, but it wasn't. Because I mess around the way this country's set up. I go somewhere and stay on the real. All right, let's get to it. Let's go live. Welcome to the program. Kennard in Baltimore. What's good with you?
Yo.
What up?
Hey, what's going on, brother?
Ain't too much. How you feeling?
Happy early birthday to you. Happy early birthday to you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Let's talk about it, man. The United States is like coming crashing down right in front of our face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I put a lot of blame on the media as it's presented now. You know what I mean? I mean, they should have really gave Trump the business off the top.
Mm-hmm.
We all know if Barack Obama came in with that same profile as a sexual assaulter and philandering with foreign governments and all that, he would have never made it. He would have never even met the presidency.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. He wouldn't even got that far. He wouldn't even got that far.
Yeah. No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. And the media, man, they created the monster because they kept giving him all the coverage, you know what I mean, and sucking the air out of the room. Remember, he went up against like 12 other people.
I think it was 22 in the beginning. I mean? It was like 22 in the beginning.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
But I remember there was a lineup of all of them across the stage, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he had that same base, but it was enough to make sure that he won the Republican nomination. You know what I mean? Because it was split up with so many people. And the fact that they just all cow-tied to him, you know what I'm saying? And McConnell and all them clowns, you know what I'm saying? Cruz, after he called his wife fat and ugly, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, yeah. This is a crazy time, man. This is a crazy time.
What's your prediction? What's your prediction?
My prediction is that he disappears and ends up in Russia by June.
Mm.
That's what happens.
By June? You don't think you're gonna see or hear from him before June once he evaporates out of the office?
I mean, that's where he's gonna show up. He's gonna show up in Russia.
Oh, show up in Russia. Okay, all right. Yeah, head back home. He'll take it
Go
back home.
To the motherland, the homeland.
Yeah, right.
But what eventually happened is that Russia somehow he'll mess over. We can't cuss on here, can we?
You absolutely can. Fuck you, mean?
Okay, he'll fuck over Russia in some way. The dude destroyed. There's not one person that he comes in contact with that he doesn't fuck him over in some way. The dude just.
What do you mean? How Russia? I don't see that one. I see them putting his head. I see them putting his head in a bowling ball bag. He's not. They're not. They don't play that. They don't play that.
Well, I mean, I think he owes them a lot of money. So it's either physical, financial. They got something on him. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The reason why he just everything is for Russia. You know what I mean? So I think eventually Russia is going to drop a bomb on him on whatever he got out there, be it through spies or whatever, or just some Assange type, WikiLeaks type thing. You know what I mean?
I think it's pictures and video. I think it's pictures of him with a little boy or something, or a little, that's what I think. He naked with some little boys. Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah,
it's got to be because I mean, he's so extra.
Is that enough to sell out your whole country though? You know what I mean?
Pictures with you and little boys? Maybe. Yeah. 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 If you try to keep them joints a secret, what? People have sold out people have sold out their country for less.
That's true.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Just think about all the things that have happened. And that's my thing with the media, man. They leave out so much stuff and they kind of gloss over it.
Mm-hmm.
And he was doing so much crazy stuff, they wasn't really pounding him like they supposed to.
Right.
Do you remember the guy Khashoggi, the Washington Post, that went over to Saudi Arabia?
Yeah.
And they killed the dude. Like, you remember that?
Yeah. In the building.
I mean, in the building.
Yeah.
Dude, it was crazy. I mean, you remember the Epstein? That Epstein thing was not really explored like it really should have been.
No.
You know what I mean? It's been so much craziness that has happened, man, that we just in shell shock, bro. We in shell shock all this crazy dude.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're not easily surprised. So when he do some earth shattering shit, we like, oh, here he goes again. When really you should be you should be on the floor. You should be like, holy shit. But he does holy shit every day. Every day.
And the Democrats, man, I hate to say it, man, but they too elderly, man. They don't have the energy to really, you know what I mean? That's why they hate AOC. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because AOC, she got that energy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, she's trying to pound them.
That's funny. It's funny. It's funny you said that because we watched 60 Minutes yesterday with Nancy Pelosi. I had no idea she was 80. I had no idea she was 80.
She looks every day of it too. When you get closer to her,
she does when she starts talking. Yeah, but she was talking. So shout out to Leslie Stahl, man. She was really, she wasn't holding back, and she was like, "So what's your beef with AOC?" And she was like, "I don't have a problem with her." And she was like, "No." She was like, "Yeah, no, there's an issue about grooming, the younger generation." She was like, "I didn't say that's her issue." And I was like, "Oh, there you go with the bullshit." So that's obvious. You know what I mean? You got the one in her 30s and then the one that's 80. And all of the, like you said, all of the older ones just don't want to pass the torch. They don't want to coach. But we see that across all industries, though. If you've been making money and living high off the hog for all this, we see that in professional sports leagues. We see that with coaching. Don't nobody want to pass the torch.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate the call, Jack.
Okay.
Thanks for calling in the show.
Hey, I appreciate it. Okay, we'll do.
All right,
later.
Yeah, buddy. Y'all see how that work? It's a live talk show, man. He was calling from like London. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he wasn't, but he could have been. So stop tripping. That's just an example. All right, let's go to the peanut gallery real quick. Not on Lamont's birthday. Let's see. I see Mr. Clark has put together a short list. Things that we will not be doing on my birthday. Interview Roland Martin. Yes. Unfortunately, that's probably the one day where I wouldn't have him on the show. I've been trying to get him on the show every day for like 6 months, but that's probably the one day. Things we're not going to do on my birthday. Go to Golden Corral. Yes. Much as I love Golden Corral. Man, rib night? What? But the sneeze guard is just not big enough. Let's see here. Not on Lamont's birthday. What we're not going to do on my birthday is attending a new ice show produced by R. Kelly, 12 Play on Ice. No, we won't be doing that. Well, I don't think I'll be doing that on any day. Jay Lee says, not on my birthday. Let's go live happy hour. Wait, maybe though. Maybe that could be something. Let's take that off the list. That could be something we do. We do. And here's another good one. This is absolutely no can do. Having dinner with Angela Rye, where she apologizes. That's not going to happen. Apology not accepted. No, sir. Not my kind of people. All right. We're about to get to our first guest for the evening. I just wanted to see something. Deep Creek. I don't know. I ain't never been to Deep Creek. It's something about that just don't interest me. That log cabin shit this ain't the time. This is not the time for that. Be in the woods where white folks be at. Ain't the time. This ain't the time. And Harrison Verrett said, what's a lockdown? What's lockdown? Well, in Maryland, every good place to eat. So I don't know where you live at, but that's what a lockdown is. And it's also me being apprehensive of going places because I'm trying to go visit my folks. So that's already a annoyed type situation. So y'all got some good advice. I appreciate y'all. Some of y'all, not so much. All right, we're gonna keep it moving. Let's bring in right now to the program, very familiar face, friend of the program. You know her, you love her. Please welcome Miss India Sweet. Good to see you.
What's happening, Captain?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
How's everything with you?
It's January the 11th. January the 11th.
Yes.
January the 11th. That's how we feel like right about now.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing but a little bit of insurrection on the first week of the new year to give us a little something to talk about.
Now, what did that do for you? I know you were excited. Wait a minute. Let's show something before you even answer that. Like because I know you follow it, and then I follow you, so that's exciting. Let's see, where did it go? Because I was like, oh, this is I got to play this on the show. Oh, where is it? That ain't it. Hold up, not that one. Stop screen, share the screen, get the right one. Because I watch a lot of these little TikTok things or whatever, and I see people being super creative. And then I thought, where did it go?
As far as post the actual insurrection?
No. This is, hold on. Where is it? Oh, it's gone.
Thank you.
No, it should not be.
I said, Jay said, I love the pearls. I said, thank you.
Oh, well,
the story behind those. We'll talk about those too.
Okay, let's talk about that. Well, let's watch this real quick while we're here. And then I'll get rid of that one, and then I'll find the other one. So this is them. We're fast forward now. We're gonna go back to the day of the insurrection because I want to know what you were doing. But this is an airport. Apparently, I don't know how to trust these, but these apparently are people that have been tracked down individually in their cities as they landed. Which there's something odd about that, but I'm gonna let it play.
Hey, officer.
Now listen to her accent. She has an accent.
We got this, okay? It's not our first time arresting people who have kids on scene. We got this.
I like the customer service in the black office.
We got this. Thank you for your concern.
Thank you for your concern.
That's fine.
But listen to her accent though.
No problem. How many you have? How many is it?
I have 4 children here.
Okay.
That was a little weird. He had like a little Russian thing going, and I don't know. I don't know if I can trust that. What were you doing?
I was watching.
No. I'm saying with her, like, what were you doing right in the Capitol and you rushing? What that was you going in to get the files?
What do you mean? This was the culmination of Russia. We'll get to that, but this was the culmination.
This is the one I like. Let's watch this one.
Hey, do y'all know how mad he is right now? Do y'all know how mad 45 is right now? No, he don't, because he blocked.
I liked it. But yeah, so yeah, Wednesday. Were you glued? Was it must see TV?
It was must see TV because he told us it was going to be wild, right? He told us this was going to happen. I have been on the phone with my cousin ever since. Matter of fact, I don't even want to say since the election because we've been talking about this for years. That he was going to start a war on American soil. That he was going to do everything he could to start a war on American soil. And so I felt like this was the day. I didn't know it was going to be as bad as it was, but I felt like it was the day. So was I surprised?
Yeah, probably not. You watched the 60 Minutes interview yesterday?
I did. I saw the first part with Leslie Stahl and bless her heart, the Speaker of the House, who I tell you, I mean, either she needs to get dental implants or better denture cream because it slips so much it makes her sound like her speech is slurred.
Is that what that is? I didn't know it was.
It's the loops.
I thought that was just old. That's not.
It's not enough time to reapply the poly grip in between all the interviews and all the insurrection going on, so they start to slip after a period in time.
How do you know that? How do you know?
Because I have worked with a lot of seniors in my day.
Yeah, because a couple times, she give you a little.
Yes. They're very perfect, and when somebody's teeth are very perfect, especially on the top, when they're older, when they're 80, and they're still Yes, but one thing I will say was when Leslie Stahl asked her about AOC, she didn't necessarily say that was her problem. She said there's not a vacuum. We are. Now, I don't know if that was a shot at AOC or just her saying we are grooming the next generation.
No, it's definitely a shot. And we are grooming. It's just not you.
Well,
you're not our kind of people.
While AOC has a lot of energy, that it's no fault of her own because she, she's so, Bernie, where she has to learn that it is politics. You might not want to play it, but it is politics, and you have to know how to.
In all fairness, though, and I really don't know much about her. The only stuff I see is when they take shots at her. That's the only thing. So, of course, I'm like, I only see the clips and the memes when she gaffes or puts her foot in her mouth. Beyond that, I have no knowledge of any of her anything.
I mean, she's a young Bernie. Medicare for all. She does believe in socialism in certain things. So, which is,
I think we all do.
We all what?
We all believe in socialism. I wish people would knock that off because
I don't know if I believe in fair trade, free market, responsible capitalism. If there's such a thing, a creatable thing. But that's what I believe in. I believe in everybody paying their fair share, but I believe in the American dream.
With a hint of socialism. I mean, you like your schools being paid for, you like your roads paved. You like
that happens already. So that's not necessarily socialism. That is more of we need people to redirect the allocation of funds, not
but I don't like when somebody brands and be like, well, she's believing social. Everybody here does, because anytime you getting free money back to you, you're not gonna turn it down.
Well, first of all, you have as this current, and let's hope the last of our lifetime, insurrection was brought to you by the propaganda of socialism. You know what I mean? And people, completely understanding certain factions. So number one, you have to watch what you say. Just like even with defund the police, that was not a good slogan that they try to use. It wasn't, because you're not defunding, you are reallocating, because the last thing you want to do is put less money into these crazy folks. You want to, put the proper people out there, somebody with a psychology degree and not a gun to deal with mental health issues.
Well, the unfortunate part about that is you're right, but the unfortunate part about that is you can't, in this country, because everybody's so dumb, 80% of them, you can't have a good idea and have smart wording. You have to take that idea, write it down, and be like, all right, what's the dumbest way I can say this? And then put it out there.
It's really, it's not the dumbest way, the simplest way, because the dumbest way is going to, be able to trigger those dumb people, like the people, those inbred, the lowest common denominator that rush the Capitol.
I think smart shit triggers those people. I think intelligent, because it's so over their head. I think that triggers them as well.
The base, let's call it the bottom line base of why they stormed that Capitol. And I just did a video plus with tomorrow. I said before, I don't care what nobody says. It's all, I won't say it all started, but it got the fuel in 2007 with one Barack Hussein Obama.
Yeah,
they have been trying this. They tried it with John McCain at a what do you call it, one of those town meetings. He's a Muslim and his family. No, sir, you are not going to do that here. Wouldn't allow it to go down. They tried with him. They threw it out there in 2012, Mitt Romney, trying to say that whole stuff, call him Muslim, this and that. No, sir, we might not agree on politics, but I will not let you disparage this man or his family. They tried.
Yeah.
And here came 45. He wasn't born here. He's throwing out the fishing hooks. And they're like, oh, normally we have the code word. He is throwing us a bone. And they finally latched on to the bottom feeding leech and gave them credence. And this was the culmination of it, because how dare Black women in Georgia say we about to take this whole state because they couldn't do it legally. They had to cheat. And they're so mad that these Black people were able to do that. And they have somebody that can fire them up, and it just all spoiled over. Because why else were they so mad? What were they mad for?
Well, it's obvious. And now people, the media just starting to talk about it in ways which they weren't comfortable saying before. But it comes down to guns and whiteness. And because if you even just look at some of the video, right, with the people next to each other, and you like, okay, this guy's rich, this guy ain't. And they're fighting under the same banner, but for different causes.
For different reasons.
Right. Yeah. Because you thinking that, these programs, this trickle down shit is going to make its way to, it's not. But y'all all fighting to protect your guns and white, like all of y'all, because you have been convinced to think that somebody's going to take your guns and your whiteness is in jeopardy.
Well, I mean, they keep on trying to say the guns, but they can't honestly think that. I mean, like they said that Obama was doing that 12 years ago. Nobody's come for your gun since. So can we leave the gun debate where it needs?
Well, it's not something you can push aside, because it's a real thing. Because here's the thing. Let's say tyranny won, right? And tyranny wins out and the whole shit falls apart and the republic crumbles, right? Law enforcement, the government, and military at this point, well, maybe not the military, but law enforcement and the government, they are outmatched because the gun lobbyists have run politics for the last 37 years, and the money that has gone into whipping that base into a friendly, the 2A's and the Second Amendment, into buying the millions and millions of bullets, and gun manufacturers making millions of guns. They said, I've read some stat where they make so many guns over the last 30, 40 years that it's enough for everybody to have like 1,000. So that's a real.
When you say outmanned, you mean outmanned as to guns, because not with stuff that's, if they need to, everybody will have to pay the price, but they're never going to be outmanned. Let's get that straight, okay? When you spend millions on defense, you're never outmanned, and it's stuff that is, that will make guns, useless. To be honest with you, without their capability, that's not be all if they need to take care of a lot of folks at one time. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get all of that. What I'm saying is, what I mean is, if they decide to be like, all right, you got to turn your long gun.
But nobody wants that, though. Who honestly wants that? Only most reasonable people, and even Democrats that I know, reasonable people, just saying, don't have machine guns, don't have weapons that they use in the military. If you're cuckoo, you shouldn't have a gun. You should have to wait a certain. Nobody wants to take. Come on now. I think that is hyperbole, and I think that is trying to stoke the fear to people.
It's an easy fear to stoke, and they've been successful at it because you're thinking they're coming for my guns and my whiteness. I got to stock up. I got to stock up on whiteness, and I got to stock up on my guns. How do I stock up on whiteness? I make sure I'm electing people that think the same way I do. So we all can be white and we all can be winning.
We know
and
that.
That's crumbling, and that's crumbling. Yeah. And it's that insecurity is coming to the surface, that fragility, that fear, that hostility.
All I'm saying is, as far as guns, they try to cling to that, but there's been any real substance to it as of late for them to be clinging to that so much right now. It's not like the legislation is almost knocking at the door.
I'm just saying it can't be. There's nothing successful that would work because
as far as passing the legislation, as far as dialing it down.
Because they have too many. There's nothing. It's outnumbered on that side. So there's no legislation that could come that could be like, all right, let's shift it. Let's change it a little bit.
But nobody is saying let's take what you have unless
they're not even going to adjust it. They're not even going to try.
So what you saying? They're not going to try at all to.
That lobby is so strong. That lobby has fueled and funded politics for the last 3 decades. It has paid the bill. That between that and Big Pharma has paid the bill for politics for the last 3 decades nationwide.
Well, I'm going in office. I'm saying I think gun legislation will be put on the table by year's end.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wait a minute.
Yeah. What do you know?
That's what you
place. I'm going by year's end.
Okay.
There will be drafted legislation. Now, whether it has passed, but there will be.
By who? By who?
I mean, I do think it will be by certain people from the North, from like the Connecticut area, from the New York area, those Congress people. I think so. Mm-hmm. I really do.
Well, I can't agree or disagree. I wouldn't even know. I just will say this: it won't happen until. Well, let me phrase this right. Another mass shooting has to happen for that conversation to start up again. So there's that. That conversation is not going to come out of thin air. It's going to come out of a mass shooting somewhere, somehow. So get ready for that.
We act like that's not a regular part of that's the only thing that's probably taking a break for the most part during the pandemic. You know, racism didn't stop, killing unarmed Black folks didn't, but the mass shootings for the most part,
because they was all busy.
Well,
but anyway, so
planning an insurrection.
Yeah. I just thought the back to the 60 Minutes piece. I thought it was I always be looking at things with the third eye. Nancy Pelosi gave that interview. It aired on Sunday. Mm-hmm. She gave the interview and the tour of the Capitol on Friday. And I was like, wow, that's fresh. They ain't even clean up.
Why would you want to clean up? You want to show the destruction. You don't want it to look pristine. It'll be like, oh, it wasn't that bad.
A sit-down interview like, look what happened.
Yes. Yes. Because you mean to tell me at certain points they had the video, that live feed on, but then they cut and you couldn't see anything until you saw those stills with the police on the House floor. But other than that, I wanted to see it. I wanted to see the destruction that they did.
Even she, though, if you look back on it, I think, her body language and she kind of stammered through a couple of points that Leslie Stahl threw at her. And it just didn't, to me, it didn't make sense. Like her explanation for some of the things.
As far as what she was talking about, holding up a bill, when she was talking about what parts?
The part about her not being in on it too. She left that out.
About her not being in on the insurrection?
In on the whole plan, man. They all was in on it. Come on, man. Come on, don't do that, India sweet.
I know that there were certain levels of people, but am I going to sit up there and say, oh yeah, Nancy Pelosi put her staff and all these heads on pikes nuts up to this and she knew this was going to happen? No, I will not.
Well, not necessarily put people up to it. No. Knew it was going to happen? Yes, all the way, 100%. 100%.
You felt like she knew that this was getting ready to go down. As
Absolutely.
far as when you say this, and this is why I'm asking you to be very, clear what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
She knew it was going to happen because of how 45 was inciting things, or she knew it was going to happen because she had intel, or what? I'm trying to
intel. It's like a thing where here's what's next. Here's open your email.
I mean, I feel like we all knew at some point it was going to happen.
No. Not we all knew, and not we paying attention and we picked up the cues. I'm talking about, hey,
the cues, literally.
This is what's happening Wednesday, and this is what we're gonna do, and this is where it's going to take us, and this is how we're moving forward after that.
And you mean to tell me she didn't sound the alarm? She didn't make sure that anything else was put into place, that this went down? Because it's not sure that she was going to get out of this alive. That this could have gone south real quick.
Ain't nobody wasn't nobody coming to kill her.
We have to agree to disagree on that one. We have people with bombs and hand ties completely. They were ready for warfare. These people have waited for this their whole life. They were not playing games.
They were waiting for their next set of instructions that never came. The instruction to get rid of Pelosi never came.
So now you're saying that they had the ability to get to her. They had the ability to hand her over.
I believe I am saying that. Yes.
Wow, that's a hefty statement.
Yeah, I mean
that is a hefty statement.
We'll never know. It's all speculation at this point. So
well, I don't think all of it will be speculation. I mean, I believe when they do some further details of how, of these certain police officers that they're already doing now. As we came on, a couple of them had already been, found out. Even to me, whether it was these new senators, whether it was these new congressmen that gave layouts and plans to these people because they knew where to go. Because you have, people like with a Swalwell from California is like the rooms they went to were not marked. How did they know? Well, we know how they know, because almost 200 of the GOPers stood up to say that a valid election wasn't. So somebody broke and, whatever. But then you have guys, did you hear the story about, was it Hakeem Jeffries from New York and Colin Allred? They took off their jackets when they were on the House floor because they heard the people, comment, and they were like, either get down or we're going to take you out. And they were like, nah. Jeffries said, I took off my slim fit jacket, it's going to be what it's going to be. And I'm, and that's kind of how it was.
I mean, it was very dramatic. It was unfortunate. But there was, we talk insurrection and sedition, but we also got to talk infiltration, and in concert, coordinated effort, all of that is
simply inside job.
Well, that's too easy. So I was trying to say some other words.
We just talk about having to make it easy? I mean, you can follow the paper trail. December, after
people get turned off. When you say inside job, people get turned off because they don't understand what that means. So I was trying not to say that because people was like, there you go with that. It's inside. But anyway, so moving forward, we see today the fallout and the aftermath. Mayor Bowser in D.C. So she's extending pretty much what would be considered a state of emergency through like the 24th. They blocking all permits. They had about 3 or 4 organizations that were doing some things downtown, and he was like, nah. And everything's still scheduled. Man, I feel sorry for Joe Biden's, because man, he's been running for president for 47 years, and he finally get in, and can't nobody come to his inauguration party, which is so unfortunate.
It is, but he's not the kind of man that cares about that. I think that's why he is so the man for the job at this time. Soon as it's over, he can go back to bed, take his Metamucil, and be back in the bed. And don't forget the vitamin pill cocktail that keeps him lucid. We all need that. Because it's a good cocktail right now. It's a good one. It's a workable one.
Yeah. So do you think they shot down the 25th today, but they're coming back tomorrow to try it again? You think that's going to happen?
No, because Michael Pence is the most inconsequential, weak vice president I've ever seen in my entire life. And he is going to cower with his little whatever he has in between his legs, home to mother, and they're going to act like none of this existed. Because even though he stood next to a treasonous, soon to be jailbird, he still will not have enough. And what I'm so sick of is if we impeach him or we toss him out, that will incite people further. Further for what? Why are we still coddling these traitors? That's what annoys me. I'm sorry. Okay.
No, that was real though. I felt that.
Yeah, I'm tired of it. I don't.
But that makes sense. And I read a dope article that was kind of comparing after the Civil War to the same sentiment on how the winning side was so trying to be so noble that they gave birth to, you know, the heritage movement, because they was like, you lost, but you can stay. And we know it was a good fight. And instead of really like foot on the neck, you lost, knock that shit off. Don't mention it no more.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And it allowed them to fly the losing flag, the rebel flag over the state houses, and keep your names and keep your statues for 150 years. And you can
highways.
We get it. You were real passionate about what you thought, but it didn't turn out your way. But I want you to feel good about yourself and still be like, and they were saying how if that happens again, the result will be the same. If they don't smash the hammer down,
I think it will. It's going to be worse. It's going to be way worse.
Oh,
you know what I mean? And only now because of our capabilities to be able to connect socially. You know, you can take down Parler today, but there'll be something on the dark web soon enough. You know what I mean? You have Newsmax that is actually on certain cable. You know, little what you call it, like downloads that you can get it. So it'll be everywhere, and you know.
What I do like is what I'm saying though with this whole this happened also between yesterday and today. So over the weekend, Twitter officially like permanently banned accounts that they thought he might have been using. They banned this one guy who said you can use mine. He got up off of there. Facebook. So Parler is the move. Amazon, who offers, either Google Play or I think it was the Amazon store, was like, we're not even carrying Parler in our store, which is a real major move. That's not even the platform. That's the service that carries the platform. So that means you can't go and get it. And then today, I was seeing that the parent company, Cumulus, I think it was Cumulus Media, sent a memo to all of its top talk radio hosts. Do not keep saying that the election was stolen or you will be fired. And I was like, whoa. That's probably the most major move. They said it was like their top 8 conservative talk show hosts. They got a memorandum and said, knock that shit off. Do not say that anymore on our airwaves or you will be fired.
I mean, that's the only way that any of this is going to be stopped. It's the only way. You know, the FCC, they need to get with the, people Capitol Hill to draft legislation. You cannot be called news, if you're just going to propagate lies or only have an entertainment license like Fox News does. They have to crack down on that word, because you know what? It's so easy. Before I moved to Wayne, New Jersey, I was like, it is so easy for people to get the truth. But when you come up here where people don't have to wait in line for voting, where there's always enough toilet paper, where vaccines are going in the trash because there's so much of everything, it's easy to look at Fox News and think that that is the world. But it's not. And somebody needs to tell these people, because I know for a fact, a few of the people that did not know after they met me, not only did they vote Biden, but I had them marching at Black Lives Matter march. So not all of them are.
Some white folks? You had some white folks?
Yes, honey.
White people?
Yes.
White people.
White folks that voted for that man the first time. Yes. So some of them, there are the few that you can't reach, but there are some of them that are like, oh my God, this is really life. You have to take away credence to certain media outlets. I feel like you and I come from the last dying breed of where people had to have a source confirmed before they went on to air. You know what I mean? You couldn't, I know, especially with sports, if it wasn't 2 or 3 people confirming it, you couldn't say it. Now, say whatever we want. Doesn't matter. And there's so many people that'll believe it. So what do you do with that?
I blame the Daily Show. So what happened was the Daily Show was so good at what it did at skewering bullshit news programs that you went to the Daily Show for your news. I know I did. 10, 12 years ago. I know I did. And what happened was the cynicism became so attractive that regular traditional news sources started copying the format. Now everybody sounds like Jon Stewart. Everybody. Even on both sides. Chris Cuomo, man, he did a whole routine the other night. He did a whole comedy routine with the news.
But let me ask you something. Who more than Jon Stewart at that time even got a young generation to wake up and listen? And it might have been satire, but even now with Noah, it's always truth to it. They're bringing you.
No, that's my point, though. But that's my point, though. But news, other than news, what would be considered news magazines, news broadcasts were not like that. And because of the 24-hour news cycle, you got to fill it up with content and with personalities. You never back in the day turned on Peter Jennings, and Peter Jennings is looking in the camera saying, "Hey man, this is crazy. This is bullshit." Like you would have never you didn't get his personal take on nothing. And so now that's the way you watch the news, and you follow what personality gives it to you the way you want it.
Well, I mean, I tell you, it's so funny. Like at the beginning of individual A45's tenure, the media, they tried to handle him with kids. They tried to be professional.
Like he was a person with integrity. They tried to talk regular.
They tried to. Man, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Every channel that I've turned on, he's stupid. We are they like professionalism with so many of the top anchors has gone out the window because they are so sick of it. They were sick of being branded the enemy of the people, and so it is easy for somebody to probably say they're being biased. But when somebody is invoking, oh, my pearls are falling. When somebody, because I'm getting so upset,
clutch the pearl.
Somebody is telling a whole band of people you're the enemy of the people, and you got bombs showing up at your TV station, it's kind of hard to maintain professionalism. But I'm hoping that, people like Leslie Stahl and those stay who, she keeps it real, but at the same time, she's honest with both sides. She's not going to let anybody get away. And I hope we get back to that with Biden, that, it's not always easy, but he's not going to mull over it and lie. And so we'll see.
What I don't like already is this whole kumbaya piece, which is America needs to heal, and we need to get back to unity. And it's not blue states, it's not red states, it's the United States. Like, I feel like we're past that. Like, you can't parent that way no more. Your son beat you up. He tried to fight you. You can't parent the same way and be like, no cookies tonight.
I thought that it's always been said that we do not bargain with terrorists, right? We do not negotiate with terrorists. And that is what these people are. And, Lapdog Lindsey Graham, Mitch McConnell, Jim Jordan, Ben Sass, kiss my ass. They all want to be conciliatory now and all these different things. No, I don't want to hear that from you. And Josh Hawley and Ted Cruz. Do you ever watch Harry Potter?
One time, I guess.
I was going to say, if you knew the different houses, Slytherin house. Like every time I see Ted Cruz, he reminds me of like the live version of Slytherin house. It is where the most disgusting, putrid, low-life witches reside. And he reminds me of that. And if we can get rid of him, because I'm hearing that he's going back and they're like, you need to be like, if we could get rid of both of them, Trump will have kept his promise of draining the swamp. Because we see all the
you on fire. You on fire.
At the bottom. I'm just saying, that's what's left at the bottom. Everything that's flapping around in the mud and the trifling, and everything is exposed. And that's how it is now. So for nothing else, we know the people that I have cried over that have been my closest friends, but to see them best friends with Tucker Carlson, no, we're done. We don't talk anymore. And just, as far as I'm concerned, we know now in the most woke time of our, inception, and they can all pay the price and be embarrassed.
All right, let's go live to Studio G. Let's talk to Mr. Clarkson. What's the good word?
Hey, what's going on, brother? Hey, India, what's good?
What's happening, Mr. Clarkson?
Real quick, just real quick, wanted to just do a point of clarification about the difference between the 25th and impeachment.
Okay.
So the 25th is removal of office because the current president it seemed to be unfit.
Yeah.
The idea would be for the move for them to move to impeachment, which underneath Article 1, Section 2 says that they need to drop this, which says that and not only is he impeached, but it also makes him ineligible for running for any office or being appointed for any office. That means that he could never be a mayor, governor, senator, representative, or run for president. So I feel like the end game has to be he needs to be impeached, but also underneath Article 1, Section 3, which prevents him from ever being in the position again to run for office. So that's just something just to put out there. And then that's really the major thing. Article 1, Section 3.
Appreciate that. Sounds good. I'll take it.
No problem.
Mr. Clarkson, Studio G with the actual factuals, live,
that
real
is the
time.
actual information.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
my whole thing is, will he be free or will he be well enough to ever take on any of those endeavors again in the first place?
I'm for 25th, right? Because the impeachment thing, and I saw the meme going around said like he loses Secret Service and he loses his pension. I don't know how much of that is true, but I feel like taking his power immediately and sending him home, I think that's trumps anything, literally, pun intended. I'm really not tripping on him being somebody's mayor or governor years from now. He's 80. I could care less. It won't be in the city I live in. I really could care less about him running again for anything because we've shown that he can be beat. But I'm talking about right today to now, that 25th need to happen because he still got the codes, got the keys. He know where the money at, know where the bones is. You know what I'm saying? Like I want your whole legacy to be tarnished in a way that in a few years, people won't even mention your name. It's not even be a conversation. Be like, remember when Trump? That was some crazy shit. I wanted to be like, remember? You know what? Never mind. I'm not even. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't even. It's such a black eye, such a blight that you don't even like. You might still mention Nixon. You get that 25th. Where Nixon stepped down.
I mean, Nixon was bad, but it was not like, oh my gosh, bad, right? You know what I mean? Watergate, all the different things, they weren't great, but this was nothing compared to what this man has done.
I want him to be removed. I think the perp walk will make me happy. Like the forceful removal, that will sate me.
Well,
satiate me.
History is not finished happening.
That's true.
And one way or the other, it will be historic the way he leaves and it goes down. That is what I truly believe. There are a few scenarios, one which I am holding firm to, but history is not finished.
Yeah. So what do you think will happen on the 20th or in and around the 20th? What it looking like? What you think?
There are different ways I will not say on.
No, not him. I'm talking about with these people coming back to DC. What you think is going to happen?
Well, I am hoping now that the intelligence is way better. I do not think the biggest threat will be domestic. I will say that. And that is saying a lot after whatever happened. I do not think our biggest threat will be domestic.
You talking about Inauguration Day? It won't be domestic?
I am just saying. Suleimani's, they are still upset. Iraq has issued an arrest warrant. We're the leaders of the free world, and everybody is sending their condolences to America. We still don't even know the hack. The hack is still actually going on. So we still don't even know that. Like, they're still stealing stuff. But that's a whole nother show. So yeah.
And then, shit, why wasn't that this show? We need that.
Because it could have gone on for like hours.
The hack is still going on.
The hack is still going on. Yes, we still don't know how deep they have infiltrated and where they still are. They're still in all of these servers, from Treasury to transportation. Yes, they're still in these servers. There's these servers. Yes.
I need them to release that info about Wednesday, because I know they seen the email.
Yeah.
I know they seen it. Need to let that fly.
It has to be a few. And then the transition team and Pentagon stopped right before Christmas with the transition team to Biden.
That's right.
Big story. Right after that June 6th announcement. I mean, January 6th announcement. All of a sudden stopped. Why are they stopping? Holidays? No. Yeah. So there are a lot of questions.
Yeah, now I got questions. And the other thing, what I was say, the Iranian, they got it's like a cash reward, right? It's like $2 million, right?
Yeah.
For the person they believe is responsible for the death of Suleiman.
The general. Yeah.
The general.
Yeah.
$2 million.
Yes, that is still a real thing.
Yeah. Oh, and I know
you had him like he did it because he can't keep anything. He did it.
Right.
You know it was him. And so yeah.
$2 million though. All right. Well, there it is. We're gonna leave it there. Sometime this week you'll be back. What's the story on the pearls? You said you had a story.
Well, first of all, they came off. I have to tune back on. Pearls are a sign for women of strength, and these were actually Christine Battle Murray's, my mom's pearls. And it's just something that women have worn throughout time, from women's suffragette to, pretty on Sunday service, or whether you're running for, office or just home looking pretty. Pearls are a symbol to me of femininity as well as strength and power. And I proudly wear my pearls, and I will be on January the 20th as the Madam Vice President will be also sworn into office.
So is that a thing? Is that like a thing?
Oh, it's a whole thing. It's a whole group of women who wear your pearls. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to add you to the group. It's like thousands of people. Yes, getting their pearls.
I think her pearls is because of her sorority. I think it's not women's strength. I think it's because of her sorority.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Okay, I'll send you. I'll send you.
Yeah, because I never.
History of time. It's through the history of time.
Oh, okay. Hey,
yeah.
Learn me something. Hey,
it's a thing.
So you're gonna be in the crib watching the inauguration with the pearls on, or what? How's that work?
Oh, I have a whole thing. I have these. I have my Ruth Bader Ginsburg pearl attaché, like how she used to have it.
The doily thing, the ascot.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have my whole thing. I gotta put these back on, but yes, my whole get up. But I will be here.
An American flag robe, for good measure.
I wouldn't go that far. All black. All black. Pearls,
okay.
But all black.
Got it. All right. Well, there it is.
Thank you, sir. Good time. Good time.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Happy New Year.
Hey, same to you. All right. All right, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Our insider. Y'all ain't even know. That's our insider right there. Yeah, man. We guess we gotta wait for it. I don't know what happened on the news today. Again, I was in the middle of all types of shit, home renovation. So I don't even know. It's some shit that could be happening right now. I wouldn't even know it. Yes, the warrant out for president's arrest by Iran. I swear it's $2 million. I will go do a citizen's arrest on Big Boy in a real way. You know what I'm saying? With the zip ties and everything. All right, let me throw something at y'all real quick. In case you missed it, I forgot to play this last week. This video I did. It actually did some numbers, man. It was kind of creative. I was at work, bored. And the Joan kind of did some wait a minute, let me pull it up. We'll do this on the way out. When you realize the game is rigged. Because sometimes it bees like that. Pay the tribute to the movie Saw. All right, let's watch it.
You don't know me, but I know you. I want to play a game.
Okay. Oh, okay. Bitch.
your choice.
I'm gonna let it play. This ain't the end of the show, but I'm gonna let it play. That was just the end of the video. Yeah, so there it is. When playing the game, it's a reference to Saul. I would like to play a game, but the game is rigged. All right, so watch it again on your own time. Go to YouTube. All right, on behalf of everybody that made this show outstanding, Kennard calling in from Baltimore, Mr. Clarkson in the Studio G, all the people that support and follow the show. Make sure you bring one person next time so we can double the numbers. Bring one person. That's it. Tell one person, this is what I'm watching at 6. Tune in, watch this, show the link, turn your notifications on, subscribe to the channel, and hit the thumbs up button if you're watching on YouTube right now. Because guess what, y'all? As of today, I just checked my dashboard, and my channel is now monetized. It's eligible for monetization. Yes. I don't know what that means. I'm going through the little checklist right now. They're signing me up for AdSense and all that. I don't get a lot of views on my videos anyway, but I'm trying to sell merch underneath the joint. So there's that. I got 4,020 watch hours, 1,300 subscribers. Let's do some numbers, man. Season 2, full effect. Appreciate it. Thanks to y'all. Yeah, so I'll figure out what that means, and I'll know probably no more about tomorrow. Again, 765, let's go one, leave a message. We'll talk about it. Also, Rashad Holloway Tax Services. I think that's going to be Wednesday. Wednesday's coming up this week, part 2 of our tax joint. We had him for the full show last weekend, but the insurrection kind of bumped that. So we're going to run that back. He was dropping jewels too. Bring a pen and paper. Don't play no games. Bring some people with you. Other than that, man, y'all be safe, man. Stay out of trouble. Stay out the goddamn Capitol. How about that? Stay out of that.
I don't care if it is a closet. You still looking mad official.